Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 31 Days of Cut Files with MK and Janet. And today I am using a cut file on a double pager. I am going to actually split it in half. First, I'm going to alter it with some shimmers, which I have been doing a lot this time around. And I think that's because a lot of these I did while I am not at home, and my shimmers are really easy to take. You can see the box that I put them in right there. They fit perfectly in there. And they're easy to grab and go rather than packing up all my mists or paint or anything like that. So I'm sure that's why I am using a lot this time around. The colors that I decided to use this time are So Sappy, and that is an actual shimmers product, which means it comes a little, it's wet. And then I'm using a Creamies in My Clementine and an Inklings in Chocolate and Diamonds, and that's the brownish one. And I don't know if they even have that one anymore, but it's a great color, so if you have it, you should use it. Otherwise, if I do see a link for it, I'll put it down below, just like I always do. I try to put links down below for you in case you're interested in any of the products that I'm using, if I can find them. Occasionally I forget, so don't be afraid to ask. I'm always happy to answer any questions you might have. You can leave those down below in the comments section, and I will get back to you. Sometimes it takes me a bit, but I do respond to all of them. Okay, so I am doing this double page, and I am using some really old paper. I think this is my Mind's Eye paper. I think the diagonal stripe is also my Mind's Eye, and I think it's from 2013. So yeah, happy to get some old paper out of my stash. That striped paper you see up in the upper right hand corner is Heidi Swap's Set Sail, which is her current collection, and it would have worked as well also, but I wanted the stripe. I liked the diagonal stripe versus the horizontal or vertical stripe. So that is why I chose to go with the color that I've got going on here, with that minty color rather than one that has multiple colors. Also, I'm using this really busy patterned paper with the maps on it, so I didn't want to go so busy that everything kind of was blended. Your eye blended everything, because there's nothing to differentiate between all of the pattern. And so by going with a simpler pattern in the middle, it gives your eye someplace to rest. Even though it is a pattern and it is colored, your eye is not confused by it as much because it's a very simple pattern and it's tone on tone, so it almost reads like a solid. So I am inking everything up with some walnut stain distress ink, inking up these edges. The photos I am working on today are from our trip to Wisconsin again. I kind of keep going back and forth between our cabin and our Wisconsin trip, but this is the Aviation Historical Center. History Center, something like that. I don't know. You'll see it in the title. And I was going to call it a museum, but it is. They don't. It's not called. Oh, it's a Aviation Heritage Center, not historical. Although it does have history in it, so I guess it could be historical also. But I was going to spell out museum, but I realized it's considered a center. I don't know what the difference is, but that's what they call it. So, and the actual name of it is on that photo in the bottom right hand corner. It's just really hard to read because it's very small. So I am documenting that. This is not very far from where my husband's cousin lives, and we just decided to go over. My husband and I went over for a couple hours and checked it out while we were driving around, and we thought it was pretty cool. It had some really interesting stories to be told, and some interesting airplanes and flight equipment inside. So yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. So I am using this cut file, which I inked up even more with some of that walnut stain, just to give it a little bit more depth and to bolden up the edges of it. Otherwise it was kind of blending in with that matte paper a little bit, so I wanted to kind of make that a little bit more bold, using some thickers out of my stash, trying to get more of those used up. And then I have this Heidi Swap set of, it's a sticker book from Sun Chaser. And so I am using that for my the bottom part of my title where it says Heritage Center. I thought that works well. And the colors in this particular sticker set works well with that matte paper. So I'm going to go ahead and just capitalize on that and go ahead and use as many things as I can out of there. I am using these wood pieces from MK's shop, and I'm not sure what they're called. I don't remember, but they really read to me like radar. And they could also be really useful for archery, which we do, but I thought they worked really well for this, and I have some other archery wood pieces, so I thought I'd go ahead and use it on this particular layout, and I really like the addition of them, just those circular pieces and the added dimension that it gives. And her pieces are all backed with adhesive, so you just peel the backer off and go ahead and stick it down. Well, you do have to pull off the top as well because there is a masking over the top, but otherwise, you know, it's pretty easy to adhere it down. I do want to remind you, if you are not part of the 31 Days of Cutfiles Facebook group, you can go and join that, even if you are not using the same Cutfiles we're using, and if you didn't purchase the physical or digital kit, you're still welcome to join and get all kinds of tips and tricks. And I will be doing a live there on Friday afternoon with the cut file for Friday. So come and check that out and see what we've got going on. I'm not sure what time yet. It's going to depend on what time I get out of work, but it'll probably be 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. But go and join the group if you haven't already joined. And if you haven't joined my group, Galaxy Girl Creations, you're welcome to join there as well. And I do a live there probably every other week or so. MK and I have been doing a double dice scrappy challenge where we roll the dice and pick a product for the other person to use, and then we try to do the live within a week. This summer we've kind of gotten backlogged just because we've got a lot going on between 31 Days of Cutfiles, and then we had a bunch of stuff going on in June and July between me being sick and her having some additional issues with her machine and that kind of stuff. But we're trying to get back on track, so go and join and check it out. Okay, I'm off my soapbox, you guys. I'm back onto adding my stickers, and I am adding a little bit of fun foam from Walmart. It's actually not called fun foam. It has a different name, but that everybody calls it fun foam. It is adhesive backed on one side, but it is the perfect width to add a little support underneath my stickers that are over the top of those wood veneer pieces. That is it, you guys. I'm going to leave it at that. I just have a couple of places there where I can add a little bit of journaling. I don't have a lot to say, but I do want to note that we went and saw this and some of the cool things that we saw inside. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow live, so join me there. Otherwise, I'll be back here on Saturday. Bye-bye.